my good friend came and sat with me in the parking lot like a freaking angel that she is. So I love it. Yeah, it just like really saddens me because I don't want to hate men. Like I love real men, the ones sticking up for their families and being good dads and loving their wives and treating women great. I just like I can't even tolerate, like, thank God I don't get like unsolicited dick pics and stuff. That's happened a few times in my life, but I mean, one of my friends literally, like a 6-year-old man sending me a picture of his dick and butthole. Like, why? And why do guys like what is wrong with you, to the point where like it's so sad. I'm not a lesbian or nothing, but like I physically and legitimately can't even see like I will throw up if I see a dick because I am just so disgusted. And I was with my friend last night. We were talking about all this, and between two women that aren't even 30 who have been sexually assaulted and raped a total of like 16 times, like it, and not even being able to keep count, like that is so fucking sad, dude. I don't want to hate men, but you guys are really letting me down and really failing like the male species as a whole. Like I honestly, like the Billie Eilish song, like, man, why are we saving them? Like I really relate to that. I don't know, but us real strong women really need to be there for real strong men because there's not many of you that exist. And it's so sad. Like I'm not like, people would think otherwise because, oh, like I love expressing myself, and I don't really do that anymore because it's just like, but I'm like not even a sexual person. Like I've literally had very few little sexual partners that I've been in relationships with. I don't hook up, I don't go out, I don't kiss dudes, like I don't. And it's really sad that it's like it's so sad that I don't even feel that anymore, and I don't know if I even ever will. Like that's really sad because people like y'all are just ruining it. Like my mechanic, I am paying you. What gives you the right to think you could get between my legs? Like I shouldn't even be sharing this on here, but it was just, I completely forgot all about it. That's how sad, when you've gone through so many traumatic experiences, you just forget about them. But I was walking like 10 miles to pick up my RV last week, and then I did a freestyle, and all this came out of me that I didn't even remember. But I'm like, wow, I can't believe even some dude in high school, like, of course all these people are like famous now and stuff, and was best friends with Jesse Rutherford from the neighborhood, who was dating Billie Eilish, who literally threw a fucking rock through my window when I was 17 because he just couldn't control his issues. And like this dude, I don't even want to say, I'm not trying to get attention, but this like the popular dude in high school, this guy Jez Dior that totally ripped off this song Candles from Daughter, like invited me over once, and I think I was 17. And literally, we were just listening to his new song. I went to the bathroom, came out, and he just pushed me onto a bed and literally, like, did his thing. All his friends were watching through the window. A pit bull jumped on me and attacked me, and I ran out of there half naked, and they were all laughing. And then he had the audacity to tell me, don't ever tell anyone we hooked up. This is just a one-time thing. We didn't hook up, dude. That was so non-consensual. And then I told my boyfriend at the time, Jay Goldstein, who didn't do absolutely anything about it because men never do. Like, I mean, where are the men that protect their women? Like, I've been pulled into a car like 4 different times by the same guy driving a Nissan Altima, a Mexican dude, when I got off work at Valvoline, that like would stalk me for a year straight. And I was terrified. And I ran into him at 7-Eleven once, told my partner, my ex-Bob, and he literally was like, that's not him. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I would know the guy that pulled me into his car and had to pull a knife on. And he didn't do anything. Then the guy started circling us in the parking lot. He finally believed me, and all he said was, this lady's been spoken for. In Texas, this dude, my mom accidentally threw a little bit of trash in their trash can, and this like really tall black dude, race has nothing to do with it, knocked on my door, threw a whole trash can on me, literally covered me in trash, and threw the dumpster on top of me. And I called my boyfriend at the time, and a car full of him and his friends came over because I thought they were like gonna stick up for me. Little did I know, he shook the guy's hand and apologized for my behavior. That's really sad. Like, and that's just like, I can't even. I mean, if my 28th birthday, I was just in a hotel room, walked in, and this dude just like barged the door open, and I was yelling for my best friend Sam because she was in the bathroom like puking because she just wasn't feeling good, and she's like has her own issues with addiction and stuff, and he didn't think anyone was there, and I said, Sam, and she finally said, what? And he ran out. I told the owner of the hotel, and she thought I was just trying to get a discount, and all the cameras didn't work. And it's like after you have to pick and choose your battles your whole life, you stop fighting them because nothing ever comes of it. Like the guy that pulled me into his car, this officer Honeycutt, I met him at 4 a.m. He said it's guy flirting with me and I need to learn how to. Like a grown-ass police officer that I skated to at like 2 a.m. to me told me that I just need to learn what it means when guys are flirting with you. Like I don't know that I was being hit on. I wasn't being hit on. I was literally about to be fucking trafficked. In Texas, this other dude was following me around in a car, and I called my ex and I ran home. He was literally following me like I was skating, and I just had this beautiful blessing and opportunity today to get an apartment for my mom, 1400 here in San Diego. And I got the place and I was like, this area is really bad and I don't even want to move there because I don't feel comfortable walking down the street or skating. And I just think that's really fucking sad that that's what it's come to. Like, I have a great opportunity for my mom and I to be happy, and I could park my RV there, and I can't even do it because I can't walk the streets. And I just know in my heart something will happen, and I just don't want to put myself in that position, even though, like, I should be able to skate and walk to a grocery store without being raped. Also, I've never said these things out loud before, and I would really appreciate if you guys didn't like, oh my god, I don't even know what Jez looks like now, or I haven't talked to him since. That happened over 10 years ago. But when I would pass through those kids in the high school halls, one of them would look at me. I think Corey, he actually felt bad. I could tell he felt bad, and we were kind of friends before that, which is the weirdest part, and really embarrassing that they have a recollection of this happening to me. But I mean, please don't go contact him. I don't want him to know I said this. He doesn't know who I am. Like, I'm a nobody, and I'd rather stay that way. And it's just so sad we've come to the point in society where people think girls say this for attention or because, oh my god, these people are famous now and that's why they're saying it. No, it's just, I completely have like blocked this out of my mind for so long that I forgot it even happened until just the other day. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm alive. Like, thank God I'm alive. I mean, people give up for way worse, like losing a job, a breakup. People kill themselves for way less, and I'm just so proud of myself for still remaining here on this earth, as hard as it is, and staying a strong-ass bitch. But that's why I'm really nervous for this RV period, but I just really pray everything goes smoothly and this is all working out for a reason. But please don't go contact him. I don't want attention. I'm just sharing myself here. Yeah, it's just a weird world, and I know people be like, well, you're the one who makes friends with these, like, old men, and people always like, why you hang out with old men? Because a lot of them are my best friends, and they're really good. But then a few of them have just, like, I don't know why they feel comfortable. Like I've had multiple guys, like, while I'm just hanging out, just, like, whip their dick out and start jacking off next to me. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? That's crazy. That's legitimately insane. Yeah, I really don't want problems, and I don't want people contacting me. I just, like, a lot of these feelings have been brought up. And then last night talking to a friend, it really brought up a lot of things. And I'm just like, wow. The one person that should be there for you in your life should be your father. And it's just so sad that even last year, like, something really weird happened with that too. And, like, I can't even talk to him anymore. Like, he literally had the audacity to tell me that, like, oh, well, you're the one leading me on. Like, I'm your fucking blood. I'm your daughter. You created me with my mom. Like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. I just, yeah, life is just really weird, and I really pray that one day, like, the right person comes along and just, like, treats me with love and respect, and because it's just, I used to love expressing myself freely and running naked through fields with my best friends and taking photos, but, like, you can't even do that anymore, and it's just, like, that's really disheartening and really breaks my heart. And don't get me wrong, I love my dad to death, and I care. I just had to learn to love from afar, and it's sad. I'm sorry if my little brothers see this. I'm sorry. I love Dad, and I'm not bringing up anything on here. This is just my healing journey, and, like, literally when he was out here, we got in a big fight, and I walked outside, and I was just, like, making a video to myself, and I have this on video, and then this car just comes up, opens the door, and tries to grab me, and I just run away into the hotel room as fast as I could, and I'm like, wow, thank God I just got away from that. Like, what is wrong with the world? That's so sad. People think, like, oh, being a woman, you get everything for free. Oh, my God, you take advantage of the system. Like, no, I've literally had to work twice as hard just to not be taken advantage of. And I work my ass off for the things that I have because I've refused to sell my soul to get it for free or have someone pay for college or my home or, like, shit that's been offered. It's just so fucking stupid, dude. Like, I've literally tried my hardest, and I continue. And now while I'm just going off and feel not comfortable sharing this, but just, like, sad that you can't even like get an education without like even teachers are predators. Like I was in Moore Park Hall, I was 21 when something really awful happened to me, and it's something that will stay with me my whole life because like he tainted me forever. And that's just like, he knew. I went over there for a study session because I needed to learn linear algebra, and he offered to like teach me, and he was not teaching me. Like, that's not what happened. And when these things happen, it's like for some reason I leave my body and I'm like astral projecting from above, and I'm just watching myself, and I can't scream, I can't, like, I'm just, it's so weird. I'm just like done, and all these people are thriving, and all these people, like, it's so sad. Like, I need to just stop thinking about what I've lost in my youth and all my family albums that like this famous band Bad Son's mom threw out all my shit. Like, it's just so sad. But this is gonna be my year. I'm gonna fucking kill it. I'm gonna save money in this RV. It's gonna just happen flawlessly. I'm gonna continue to work with people I love, and I just like these experiences. Like, I used to feel shame and like not beautiful, and I felt like I would never be loved again, because honestly, if you really knew what happened to me when I was 21, it's something that I thought I would never be in a relationship again. No one will ever want to be with me, because it's just like I was destroyed, and I have to remember my worth, and someone out there is going to love me for me. And not that I like can't wait for that, but I can't wait to have a partner in crime that like we could do this life together, because it is really like, it's really hard doing it alone. But all these things happen for a reason. They made me the woman I am today. And y'all wonder why I have to freestyle, because subliminally I get this shit out, and people, like, I don't say it directly because I just can't, and I don't. Yeah, I'm done ranting now, and just see, that's why I know I'm way too transparent here, but that's what has kept me alive for so long, while I've been like isolated and broken down in this city and that city and this and that. So I'm really grateful for this apartment and this beautiful neighborhood. But yeah, like, and that teacher destroyed my passion for math. Like, he even told me like, oh, you should just pursue art because math is not for you, after like he did that. And I was so pissed that I called him, and I had to like meet up with him, and I just wanted to rip his head off, but I didn't. I drove my car like a psycho. Someone hit my car and ran, and I tried like chasing them down. And then I get there to this teacher at a gas station parking lot, and he had the nerve to invite me to sleep over in his son's bed so I would calm down. Like, y'all wonder why I have to write lyrics to get this out. That's why I love just like putting a random beat on and just seeing what comes out of me, because I learn a lot from myself, and I learn a lot like rewatching. I don't even watch my own videos, but then sometimes I will, and I'm just like blown away that like, wow, writing from personal experiences and from the heart, or just freestyling it, like just letting random shit out. It's like, wow, it really shows me a lot about myself, because I can't intentionally write, and I'm not trying to like make popular songs or be liked or get views or anything. It's just literally purely for me and a cathartic release, because I have a lot in me, and I know I share a lot, but that's not even like a fourth or a fraction of it. But shout out to the good men out there. You know, the first love of my life, my first boyfriend, Fatty Nassar, he is incredible. And I'm really grateful that I got to know someone like that. And my best friend, Jordan Kimberg, was like my math partner in crime. Like, these are some really, really pure guys. And I just, y'all wonder why I've been hospitalized. It wasn't until recently that I'm like, wow, now I understand, like, after going through so much, of course, your mind it has to break or snap at some point, and if it didn't, then how that wouldn't be real. Like, no wonder. And it's like they say that like bipolar could even just like come out at a certain time in your life because of traumatic experiences, and especially like having those traumatic experiences never end or give you a break. Like, no fucking wonder. But I am so proud of myself, and some of the embarrassing videos I've shared on YouTube, I can't even watch because it's just so cringe. But I had to put it there because it's sharing awareness and spreading awareness of like what your mind is capable of when you're completely sober. Like, people were like, oh, this is what meth looks like. This is what, oh, mental health is so real. This is what drugs look like. Like, no, I'm not on drugs. I literally just broke last year. One last thing, like, I know I'm really privileged to even be alive and to be able to breathe and to be able to wake up at all and have the opportunity to start again and have a good day. I just, it took a long time, and it's still, like, I'm still in bloom, and this shit hasn't been easy. So no, none of this shit has been handed to me. None of this shit is like me going out seeking drama. This isn't me like loving being chaotic. This has just been my journey for some reason, and God has a plan. And maybe his plan was to like build a story so that one day other people cannot feel so alone and know that like it is really hard. But you know, I know I am privileged to be here, but I haven't had many luxuries in life like other people have. I haven't ever had options. I'm just doing my best. Wow, that's really crazy. I just the last like hour just walking around, I've had so like I'm literally shaking. I've never said these things out loud, and I don't want it to be brought to their attention. This is just my story, and it's been, you know, like it's been suppressed for so long, and I don't need to share this. It's just important for us to know that these things are real and these things happen to us. And I completely forgot until just now too, after bringing all this up. I'm like, wow, guys are just crazy. Like this other dude from high school, I won't even say his name because his sister follows me on here and I love her to death. And but literally I went to a wedding, like my friend Ashley from high school, like an old friend, I went to her dad's wedding, and this dude was there, and just being a weirdo. And on our drive back, like a car full of people, he was literally trying to finger me, and I'm like, dude. And then I went to my friend Robin Hammond's house and like ran upstairs, and he just stayed outside calling me nonstop, demanding that I come out. And of course I didn't, because I was like, my friend was throwing a party, and like my boyfriend Jake was there. And I told him about the experience, and I'm like, what is like wrong with this dude? He's literally calling me to come out there right now to go sleep at his house, and I didn't. And unfortunately that night, my friend Ashley, like, he couldn't get to me, so what did he do? He ended up assaulting her, and I always felt really bad about that, because I rather have bad things happen to me than the people I love, because I could take it. Like, I rather have my shit get lost and stolen. I rather be attacked myself, because I can get through it. But I totally forgot about that. And then last year I was with like my high school friends, like Jared Sassal and all this and Oliver, and we were all partying, and he shows up at the party and like slept on the same couch as me and was like flirting with my other friend Paige. And I told her, I didn't tell her everything, but I just said, just be really careful with that guy, because I mean, if he had that side in high school 10 years ago, who knows what he's like now. But yeah, to my friends out there, that I love you so much, and I think as us women, we need to stick together, and we need to just be really careful of our surroundings, especially in this day and age. Like if guys were like that in high school, like what do they grow into, you know? And just recently too, like the last time I went manic, I was walking down the street and I was like spacing out at this newspaper, and this guy just pulls up to me and is just like, get in. And for some reason, I was so manic and spaced out, I thought like, oh, the universe sent me this angel, this earth angel, because like we're meant to have a conversation. And it's like, nope, made a big mistake. Why would I get, like, after everything I've been through, why the fuck? I don't put myself in these situations, but this, when you're manic, you're like in a whole different dimension, and like state of psychosis is so real. And for some odd reason, after everything I've been through, I put myself in that position. That one was my fault, but everything else, like, I just can't believe. That's the wild thing about mania. Like, that's not why all these other things happened. Those were not my fault. Those were unfortunate series of events that were out of my control. But this recent time, like, that was totally my fault. Like, I didn't even think about it. He probably thought I was some fucking prostitute. I don't know why. I'm wearing sweatpants and I'm spacing out at, like, a newspaper because I thought it was telling me all the secret codes to the universe. And if you get, like, bipolar is not what we grew up thinking it is. It's not just, oh, you're moody. It's like, no, you could enter some severe states of psychosis where you literally think, like, everything around you is curated just for you and your control of this universe. And, like, I always think that I'm waiting for someone to pick me up because it's gonna, like, I'm waiting for my scale and my soulmate, and I always think they're about to pick me up. And for some odd reason, it's just, bipolar is so much more severe than I ever thought it was. It's it's so much more. And I don't get like hypersexual. I just get really like in tune with everything around me, and I feel like it's all like it's all so crazily synchronized, and there's so many synchronicities and so much magic and so much, like, it all connects and it all makes sense, and you're like connected to like all these formulas and equations, and you walk by like a lock on a fence and you think that you know the combination to it, and you think that everything is speaking directly to you, and the movies on the TV are like from my personal experiences, and I think like I'm the main character in my this is all a 35 millimeter movie. Like, it's just wild, you know. Everything else in the past has not been my fault, but this most recent thing that happened to me was like, that was really stupid of me. I literally thought it was like a blessing sent from the universe, because like, and then I got in the truck and like the Looney Tunes was playing on a screen in there, and I was just like, oh my god, see, this is exactly why, like, we need to watch a movie. Like, oh my god, what a fool. But what a fool.